Good morning, Year Fives, and starting off the week with English. Now, you're going to be writing a warm write this week. Okay, so we're going to be planning at the beginning of the week and then writing the warm write at the end of the week, ready for your hot write next week. Okay, so to start with, we're going to practice today boxing up and using the boxing up grid so that you're happy with that. We're going to start by refreshing our memories as to our WAGGLE, which was our George's Marvellous Medicine book review. Okay, now whether you've read George's Marvellous Medicine or not, you can still practice the boxing up skills today using this book review. Obviously, if you've read the book, you can add your own elements and your own opinions. Okay, but if not, you just use this WAGGLE. So, this was given 5 stars. The author is Roald Dahl, the illustrator is Quentin Blake, and the genre is a fantasy. Do you like books that make you laugh out loud? Want to be jumping off your seat, holding your breath as you wait to see what's happening next? If so, George's Marvellous Medicine is just the book for you. Warning, do not try to make George's Marvellous Medicine at home. It could be dangerous. So the synopsis, which is a general overview of what happens. George Cranky's grandma is a miserable grouch and George really hates the horrid old witchy woman. One Saturday morning, he decides that his grisly old grunion of a grandma needs teaching a lesson. So ho, aha, George knows exactly what to do. A magic medicine it will be. One that will either cure her completely or blow off the top of her head. While Mum and Dad are out shopping, George gets to work collecting ingredients, deodorant, shampoo, floor polish and more, and he gets to work. Along with a dollop of brown paint to mimic Grandma's original medicine, he is ready to administer the first dose. But will Grandma get more than she's bargained for? And here's a nice little quote, never grow up, always down. Next part. So the characters. You've got George Cranky, an 8-year-old boy who wonders if his grandma is a witch. You've got Grandma, who is the bossiest grandma you've ever met, who enjoys telling her grandson that she lies to eat insects. No wonder he thinks she's a witch, and is prone to growing and shrinking. Then you've got Mr. and Mrs. Cranky, that's George's parents. Mr. Cranky wants to make lots of George's Marvellous Medicines to sell to farms around the world. I wonder why. The language that's used. George's Marvellous Medicine is full of fizz-popping language, perfect for a young child to explore. Moreover, additional conjunction, Roald Dahl includes some words of his very own inventions that can get even the grumpiest of adults interested. My review. So this is the personal bit. Okay, so if you've read the book, you will be able to give your personal view on this. If you haven't, you can take ideas from this WAGGLE. Okay. George's Marvellous Medicine is a tremendous tale that tells the story of George and his desire to transform his cranky old grandma. From Grandma bursting through the roof to seeing chickens grow, I absolutely enjoyed this book, and when I first read it, I burst into tears with laughter. Although some people might feel the book is inappropriate for children due to the cruelty to old people and health hazards, please don't drink shampoo at home, the complete outrageousness of the ideas of the book is what makes this one of the most entertaining books I have ever read. The book is a must-read for any child. It is a laugh-out-loud story that will keep even the most reluctant readers hooked and wanting more. Okay, so that is your book review. Okay, so that is the finished product. Now we're taking a step back because we're practicing today. You are going to be boxing up. All right, so this is the plan that you are going to be filling in. All right, you've got your introduction, synopsis, characters, language, and your review. Okay, and it's broken down into separate sections. You've got to say who the author, illustrator, genre, and RQ is the rhetorical question. Synopsis, we need an expanded noun phrase, rhetorical question, and then another question. Okay, who the characters are and what is their role in the book. And then the language that's used, and I want you to include a conditional conjunction. So remember, moreover, in addition to, furthermore. Choose one of them that you can use in the language element of that. And then the personal review, okay, including conjunctions, normal conjunctions, as well as modal verbs. Remember, should, would, could. We haven't completely done those yet, but you can easily choose one of the words should, would, or could. Okay, you should read this book. You could get some ideas. I would recommend, that sort of thing. Okay, but we're just taking a backward step. This is your practice day, remembering how to do a boxing up grid. Tomorrow you are going to be doing your own boxing up grid based on a different book. Okay, I've got a model here for you to have a little look through. I don't want you copying all of this model. You've got to try and add some elements to yourself, to your own model. Okay, so the first bit obviously will be copied. The author remains the same, the illustrator remains the same, and the genre remains the same. However, you can choose your own rhetorical questions to put in for George's Marvellous Medicine. Even if you haven't read this book, you still get the idea of what the book is about. Okay, that it's a funny story about George making a silly medicine that you just wouldn't want to have, with horrible things like paint and deodorant and things like that in it. Okay, and what happens to Grandma. So come up with a couple of your own rhetorical questions, please. The synopsis. I've pretty much given you a synopsis there already. Can you come up with a couple of bullet points? Try to use your own language. I've put here, George lives with his nan and hates her. She's a horrible old witchy woman. George gets an idea to make her a medicine to teach Grandma a lesson. Can you come up with your own couple of bullet points, please, as a general synopsis for the story? Okay. Expanded noun phrase. I've got horrid old witchy woman. Can you think of some other adjectives to describe Grandma? Okay. Or you might be able to think of some adjectives to describe George. Okay, but either way, I want an expanded noun phrase, adjective, comma, adjective, and then another adjective if you want noun. Okay, then another rhetorical question. Okay, linked to what is going on in the story. So the first rhetorical question was generally about the book. Do you like a book that will make you laugh out loud? Do you want to be jumping off the seat in anticipation? It's talking about the genre of book, describing the fact that the book is a funny book, a silly book, one that children will enjoy. This rhetorical question is focusing more on what is happening in the story. Will Grandma get more than she's bargained for? Okay, think about, what will this medicine do to Grandma? You can link that to a rhetorical question as well. Then you've got a quote. Never grow up, always down. All right. If you can get a quote from George's Marvellous Medicine, if you've got the story at home, fantastic. You might be able to Google to find a typical quote from George's Marvellous Medicine. If you can fill this in, fantastic. Okay, with your own one. If not, you can magpie that one. All right. Characters. Yours is going to be exactly the same. Okay, so literally just copy this. Now the language. I've described it as fizz-popping language, perfect for a young child to explore. Can you think of a different way to describe that language? Okay. It's not necessarily language that is used in every day. The things that George does whilst making this medicine make it a little bit crazy. Okay, if you want to describe the language in that way, that would be great. Just one short bullet point is all that is needed. Okay, then you choose which additional conjunction. I've put them in brackets for you. You choose which one you think would be easiest to use. Okay, then the review. Now, the review that I have written links to me enjoying the book. You, however, might not have enjoyed the book. That's entirely your decision. Okay? you can still give a review even if you've not enjoyed the book. Okay, it's about why you didn't enjoy the book. What elements of the story did you not enjoy? What did not work for you? Okay, I've just put 4 short bullet points. Tremendous tale to transform grandma. I burst into tears from laughter. Might be inappropriate talking about crusty old people. Okay, but I've said it makes it more fun. And it's a laugh out loud story for reluctant readers, people who don't want to read. That's my brief summary. Can you come up with 4 bullet points, please, to summarise your review? Okay, you can use if you've not read the book before, you can use the Waggle to help you, okay, to get some phrases to put in this boxing up. Then I want you to come up with some conjunctions. They don't have to be additional conjunctions. You can see I've got 1 additional conjunction and 2 normal conjunctions there. Okay, and then modal verbs. I have chosen will and must. You can choose whichever ones are appropriate for you. Okay, so we're taking a backward step today to practice using the boxing up grid. Okay, use this video to help you. Pause the video on the different slides to help you complete this sheet. All right, as I've said, some things you will be copying. The author, illustrator and genre will be copied. All of the characters will be copied. But the other bits I want you to create your own bullet points for, please. But remember, this is just a boxing up grid, a plan. You are not writing paragraphs. It doesn't have to be in sentences. It is simple bullet points. This is a practice lesson, ready for tomorrow's boxing up. Okay? Right, good luck with that. You need to go on to the editable Word document so that you can fill in your boxing up grid. Okay, good luck. Thank you.